Golden Nuggets of Wisdom presents When the Body Follows the Spirit. Have you ever felt that gentle nudge, a quiet whisper in your heart when you're tired and ready to quit? Your body aches, your mind is full, and the day feels endless. Yet a small voice quietly invites you, make that call, say that prayer, open your Bible. This is your spirit, the part of you connected to God, never weary, never discouraged. While your body feels the weight of now, your spirit sees eternity and God's purpose. In your weakest moments, that spark of hope is your spirit reminding you you're not alone. God's strength is made perfect in your weakness. Faith begins not with grand gestures but with a simple choice. Listen to the whisper, not the exhaustion. It's not about ignoring rest but finding true rest in God's plan. When you follow that whisper, you let God lead. You say, my body is weak, but my spirit is willing and my God is strong. That's a powerful place to be. Think back. When you felt spent but found a flicker of hope, that was your spirit. It's the part of you that believes in miracles even when life feels ordinary. Small acts of faithfulness move mountains of doubt. The journey of faith starts with a quiet yes. Let your spirit's whisper guide you, even when your body protests. True rest comes from being in step with God. Choose to let your spirit lead and watch mountains move. That's the beginning of a life transformed. Inside us all is a daily tug of war, body versus spirit. The body craves comfort, safety, and the familiar. It says, let's stay here, why do anything hard? But the spirit pulls toward purpose, meaning, and God's adventure. The spirit whispers, step out, grow, become who God made you to be. Every day we face choices, sleep in or pray, hold a grudge or forgive. The body says, protect yourself, rest. The spirit says, forgive, seek God. This struggle shapes our lives. Letting the body win leads to comfort but smallness. Letting the spirit win expands our lives, bringing strength and peace beyond circumstances. The spirit's path isn't always easy, but it's filled with purpose. Each choice matters. If we let the spirit lead, we discover joy and a life bigger than ourselves. The body avoids pain, but the spirit seeks growth. The choice is ours, every single day. Will you choose comfort, or will you choose calling? The direction of your life depends on which voice you follow. Let your spirit win the tug of war. True greatness starts in quiet moments of decision. When the body chooses to obey the spirit, it's telling your tired feet, let's help a neighbor, or your anxious heart, let's trust God. When the body follows the spirit, you tap into God's strength, not just your own. Suddenly the impossible becomes possible. Obstacles turn into stepping stones. This obedience isn't a one-time event, it's a daily practice, a muscle that grows stronger with use. The first time is hard, your body complains, your mind doubts, but each act of obedience brings peace and makes the next step easier. God doesn't ask for perfection, just willingness. Let your spirit, connected to Him, be the captain. Your body becomes the vessel for His will. We become His hands and feet in the world. There's no greater adventure than partnering with God. True greatness is found in a willing spirit and an obedient body. David and Goliath is more than a story of underdog victory, it's a lesson in spirit-led courage. David saw what others missed, not just a giant, but an enemy defying God. While others listened to fear, David's spirit was stirred by faith. He remembered God's past faithfulness, lion, bear, now giant. David let his spirit lead, declaring, the Lord will rescue me. He didn't boast in his skills or strength, but in God's power. Outmatched physically, David's spirit was armed with faith. His body followed his spirit's command, pick up stones, run toward the giant. The result? Victory no one expected. The battle was won by faith, not strength. David's story reminds us, when the spirit leads, the impossible becomes possible. It's not about what you have, but who is with you. Let your spirit lead and your body will do what seems impossible. Faith turns shepherds into giant slayers. The real victory is spiritual, not physical. David's courage came from letting his spirit, not his fear, take charge. That's the secret to overcoming giants in our own lives. Let your spirit lead the way. Every challenge offers two paths, the path of excuses or the path of victory. The body's path is paved with reasons to quit. I'm too tired. I'm not enough. What if I fail? This road leads to comfort, but also to regret and missed purpose. Excuses become habits, and comfort becomes a prison. The spirit's path is different. It says God can. What if He succeeds through me? The spirit sees obstacles as opportunities for God's power. This path is harder, but it leads to strength, character, and joy. Perseverance grows when the spirit leads. When you fall, The Spirit reminds you of God's faithfulness and urges you to rise again. You finish what you start, not because it's easy, but because you're not alone. God walks with you on the Spirit-led path. This path doesn't promise ease, but it promises you'll never struggle alone. Excuses keep you stuck. Faith moves you forward. Choose the Spirit's path, and you'll find true victory. The difference between regret and fulfillment is which voice you follow. Don't let comfort rob you of your calling. Let the Spirit lead, and experience the joy of perseverance. Victory is found on the path of faith. How do we follow the Spirit's lead in a noisy world? It starts with listening. The world shouts for our attention. Phones, screens, endless distractions. The body's voice is loud, but the Spirit whispers. To hear it, we must create moments of stillness. Prayer is where we tune out the world and tune into God. Think of your spirit as a compass, always pointing toward God's will. Love, peace, patience, kindness. When facing decisions, ask, which choice leads to more love, more peace, more of God's character? The body chooses what feels good now, the Spirit chooses what's best for eternity. In challenges, the body says, quit. The Spirit says, do your best for God. The Spirit gives new perspective and strength, even when the task is hard. Each time you follow the Spirit's compass, your faith grows. You build a history of God's faithfulness. When storms come, you remember, God got me through before, He'll do it again. Your trust deepens, your relationship with God becomes real. You move from surviving to thriving, guided by the Spirit's compass. Choosing to let the Spirit lead is just the start. Next, train your body to follow. Like an athlete, greatness comes from daily practice and discipline. Start small. Pick one area where comfort wins over calling. Maybe it's getting up with your alarm or choosing gratitude over complaint. Each small victory trains your body to obey your spirit. Gratitude is powerful. When discouraged, thank God for 3 things. This shifts your focus from lack to abundance, making it easier to hear your spirit. Surround yourself with support, share your goals, ask for prayer, lean on community. Encouragement from others helps your spirit keep going when your body wants to quit. We're not meant to do this alone. Small disciplines, gratitude, and community make following God's path natural. Training your body to follow your spirit leads to lasting change. Each step builds momentum for bigger victories. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. Your body learns to trust your spirit's lead. Over time, obedience becomes your new normal. The result? A life aligned with God's purpose. Train your body and let your spirit lead. Every morning is a fresh invitation. Live led by your spirit, not your feelings. Choose purpose over comfort, faith over fear. God isn't asking for perfection, just your willingness to let Him lead. Your day is a blank page. Will it be a story of comfort or courage? Letting your spirit lead fills your story with growth and divine moments. Develop the skill of listening, quiet your heart, ask God for guidance, and pay attention to gentle nudges. Act on those nudges. Make the call, send the text, say the prayer. Each act of obedience sharpens your spiritual hearing. Accept the invitation daily. Let your spirit guide your body to things that matter for eternity. You'll become stronger, more resilient, and filled with joy. Your life will be truly alive, every step guided by your Creator. Let your spirit lead and watch your life become a beautiful story of faith. The adventure begins with a simple yes. Today, let your spirit lead the way. So today, don't wait for motivation, don't wait for approval, and don't wait for comfort. Let your spirit lead, let your body follow, and let heaven rejoice. On-screen text. If this moved your spirit, comment, I will walk in spirit. Subscribe for more golden nuggets of wisdom.